Frankenstein. But in Germany, the police, I guess, are trying to keep the people from realizing this global government Frankenstein that's menacing everyone and destroying our freedom and destroying our future, that actual Dr. Frankenstein is meeting inside that hotel right now. And God forbid the people ever learn who made the monster, because then they might not just oppose the monster, they might actually oppose who created it.
Well, that's right. And we've got another leak. We talked about the economic collapse, which is, we had that article up this morning, talked about that yesterday. Also, German Federal Finance Minister Wolfgang Schäuble is in attendance at Bilderberg, which is interesting.
He's the one threatening the EU. Yeah. That's the top of Drudge. Let's show Der Spiegel. Drudge has a copy of it, threatening the UK that will shut all your markets down and won't let you trade with us. I mean, this is economic terrorism. The Bilderberg Group threatens economic terrorism on the UK to stay in the euro. The UK couldn't be conquered by Hitler, but it can be now by Merkel. Go ahead.
It's economic terrorism. He's threatening an economic embargo, saying that there will be no trade deal between the UK and the EU if the UK votes to leave, which is complete nonsense, because the UK would be the EU's biggest export market. We buy their products. They need us. The EU is a corrupt, failing institution that would be in desperate need of the United Kingdom.
The parasite is unelected and is telling you, this is like tapeworms telling you that they're not going to feed you anymore if you kick them out.
Exactly. But another thing, and this is what's coming out, this is another leak, he's also the one calling for more Muslim migrants to be brought into Germany, because according to him, there is a risk of inbreeding amongst the German people. Those were his words, not mine. And he also said, quote, "For us, Muslims in Germany are an enrichment of our openness and diversity." So he's openly calling...
Stop. This is too bombshell. Again, we broke all this on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Drudge magnified it, forced mainstream news worldwide to report exactly what we said. They confirmed it, just showing we have the real sources. Paul, I don't know about this leak. I know about my sources. I know you're getting some on the ground there. Did you get this? Was it Skelton? This is bombshell. Are we getting leaks right now from the current meeting? Because I just got from folks that work for one of them what was on the agenda last week before they went, which was international news. Are you saying you're getting leaks right now in real time? Because I think I'm about to have a you-know-what dream. Go ahead.
Well, it's the same every year. We've got leaks that come out from our inside sources, and we've got what they're saying in public. He's saying in public that he's going to threaten UK, again, with economic terrorism.
So that's Der Spiegel, but tell me about the leak. I'm salivating.
Well, the leak that he's there, and this is what he's saying in public, and this is what they're talking about at the Bilderberg meeting. And he's echoing, what Stephanie von Berg, the Green Party head, said back a few months ago.
She said it's good to get rid of white people. Germans are bad.
Calling for Germans to be a minority in their own cities within 20 years and saying that that's a good thing. Because
that's right. And this is the beachheads, folks. This is the beachheads. They blew up the Middle East. They transshipped the people in to invade Syria. They shipped them through Turkey. They're blowing wide open Macedonia as the main corridors. They're bringing them in to make you a minority and an enemy. These people being brought in will be your minders and your controllers. Okay, a lot of them are just victims of it as well, but they are the new political minion class. You're being replaced, and they'll be replaced with robots as well. This is all just the collapse phase we're going into, Paul.
And basically what we're seeing in Germany now is a massive re-education program. In fact, there's an article out today, which I tweeted, where they're taking students, putting them on an island, and re-educating them to sympathize with the migrants. That was... I think we posted it.
That's right. Germans now, if I pull that up, I had that in the stack. I can't find it right now. Germans, that's not the headline, of course. It's like, sensitivity training on islands for the migrants. No. German children being sent to re-education camps to prepare them for open borders. Just like the Army manual, 2010, declassified 3 years ago, says re-education camps for right-wingers. It actually says re-education camps and uses a Soviet term. Paul, this is insane. That's why I looked at all the news this morning and just went into a hissy fit. I mean, this is crazy. This is really happening.
It's completely insane. You've also got a program which is teaching migrants how to flirt with German girls. You've got programs in the schools. You've got senior politicians calling for Arabic to be mandatory in German public schools. This is a huge re-education campaign. And whether you think the migrant influx is good or not, the migrant should have to integrate into German society, not the other way around. That's not how it's supposed to work. So you've got that going on. You've got Merkel demanding that the guy who arrested the migrant in the store who was behaving erratically, trashing the store, trying to steal a bottle of wine. You've got Merkel demanding that he be arrested, not arrested, but kicked out of her party unless he apologizes for basically stopping a criminal. So this is a massive re-education campaign that's taking place in Germany, and it's really beginning to intensify. And a Bilderberg member who is at this meeting is calling for that same very re-education program. So that's what they're talking about here in Dresden.
And by the way, Paul, I saw that article this morning. They're hiring the former Stasi to enforce on everybody to not criticize the open borders. They're giving people tickets or arresting them that hand out flyers pointing it out. I mean, this is a takeover. And I know, but what was the headline on that article? Because I had it in my stack. I can't find it. I'd forgotten that. I want to show people. They're now sending German school children, high school students, and college students to re-education camps where they cannot get away over their summer vacation to be put in with migrants, bossing them around and social engineering and saying have sex with them. I mean, folks, this is so hardcore. I mean, this is unbelievable. And this is what Obama's chief of staff said he wanted in that C-SPAN interview. Rahm Emanuel said, we're going to have a national security force just as big, just as strong as our military. He quoted Obama. But then he went on to say, when you get out of high school, you'll have 1 to 3 years mandatory national service, but not in the military. No, that's dangerous enough because they can be political. Yet domestically, as social justice warriors, as community organizers, but first you're going to be brainwashed for 1 year, then 2 years of on-the-street service. They are building literal Soviet youth brigades. Stay there, Paul. Tell us during the break the headline. I'm freaking out right now. I mean, folks, I knew this was all coming. I knew this was all coming, but to actually see it here and to know it, and to know that the new Alamo Drafthouse Theater they're building in Austin is going to have one giant bathroom with men and women in it, with women urinating in urinals standing up. I mean, I'm just saying, it's total psychological warfare. We've only seen the beginning. Flesh-eating bacteria, TB, death everywhere, covering it up. I mean, it's just insane. This is total war. World War IV has begun. This is World War IV. It's World War IV. It's like the government's aliens or something. It's so high-tech. Just wake up. I am letting myself get hysterical on air because that's the normal response to the type of dehumanization and the dystopia the globalists admit they're building on purpose. A dystopia for us, a supposed utopia for them. But we're not going quietly into the night. It's Breitbart reporting on it. And the headline should be re-education camp, but Breitbart's great. But again, you're not supposed to say that because it's too much. School kids forced to play migrants to better understand them, and then they're sent. It talks about the island that they're on for refugee of the day. Again, this is re-education camp garbage. And then look at these headlines. I'm going back to Paul Watson in Dresden and then to Rob Dube for his take, and I'm going to get into other news. Exclusive, Bilderberg planning to trigger financial collapse. Paul Joseph Watson from Inside Intel, over the top incredible, should be the top story in the world. And it dovetails with today's news. Let me just show you this since I mentioned it earlier. Wall Street Journal, stocks drop as government bond yields hit fresh lows. Wall Street Journal, CNBC, why big investors think it's time to hoard gold. A summer panic is starting to brew across markets. Market Watch. Former Fed president, all my very rich friends are holding a lot of cash. Forbes. Out is out. Schnabel warns of single market access in event of Brexit. We will not allow you to trade in our country if you leave. We are an unelected bureaucracy. You do not vote to enter. And if you try to leave, we will shut off your trade. We are in control. Now you will submit and take the vaccines. Then you will feel much better. Just take the shots and eat the food and shut your mouth and die. This is our world now. Lay down and die. Humans are bad. Hurt Earth. Accelerate genetic engineering. Ready the spacecraft. I mean, these people are out of control. Where is your humanity? Get your spirit of survival rising. Stop being living dead, waddling around like penguins. I was watching Trump just 5 minutes ago during the break with the operatives trying to shut down his rally, his speech, his policy speech, beating people up outside as usual. He's pointing out 500% increase in the refugees they've announced with no vetting. IDs aren't even looked at. That's admitted. TB, everything. Ah, but we love you. But when you fly, say, from Austin to New York, oh, we're going to put you through a body scanner and ask you questions and have you take your shoes off. It's like, you know, getting a cat wet. Get you all naked and teach you how to submit, because this is just the first level of you learning. We're going to learn you good. And, of course, the TSA and the cops, they don't know what's going on. They're just like the general public. Maybe the cops do, because the cops supposedly have the skills of reduction and of logic. And I found why they want to make us enemies with the police. They want the police to do their bidding, be on a short leash, bring in their New World Order, but they fear them because they're criminals historically, the globalists are, so they want us attacking the police to make them be against the people and vice versa, because I found the cops are the easiest people to get through to and wake up after special forces people. It's because if you're actually in special forces, the military for that matter, or you're in on the street, which can be a combat role just in and of itself, you better live in the real world. You're going to get hurt real fast. And so here's the news. We're living in the twilight zone, baby. I don't know what to do about it except get the word out, not comply with unconstitutional garbage, and take action, and just it's energetic. We have to have the energy. We have to be loud. We have to be aggressive. We have to never stop and promote the truth. It's the info that's key. But we got to get people out of their trance. How do you wake somebody up who won't wake up? Dump ice water on them, baby. We need an ice bucket challenge. In fact, I'm doing an ice bucket challenge next week, to wake up America and the world. I'm going to redouble my efforts, folks, because this is so serious. All right, going back to Paul Joseph Watson. I mean, Watson, it is crazy. Exclusive Bilderberg member confronted, says secrecy of Bilderberg is essential. Sanders sojourns the White House, vows to support Clinton and fight against Trump. George Soros is preparing for economic collapse. Does he know something we don't? Well, yeah, he's running it. I mean, this is just getting crazier. Trump rejects Obama endorsing Clinton. He just wants 4 more years. Paul Joseph Watson continuing with other tidbits from Bilderberg as the camera crew pans around and shows TV viewers what's happening there in Dresden. I'm going to get a short comment from Du and then let you guys get back to your important work.
Well, another aspect to come out of this, Alex, we've talked about how Bilderberg is moving towards, you know, the Silicon Valley angle with Facebook reps, Palantir reps, etc. Well, another big story came out today, which was that Google, which of course is owned by, headed up by Eric Schmidt, who is here right now, Google is censoring searches for Hillary Clinton criminal. So if you go to Google and type in Hillary, CRIM, you're going to come up with Hillary Clinton Crime Bill 1994, not Hillary Clinton criminal investigation, which is what now the White House spokesman said that's what the FBI is treating it as. So now they've caught Google actually censoring negative searches.
That's huge. And that's Google, who's at the White House even more than Facebook. That is huge, Paul. In fact, I saw that earlier. Let's do it on screen for TV viewers. Radio listeners, go to Google, type in Hillary Clinton criminal, and then they block the fact that they are now saying it's a criminal investigation with her crime bill. Wow. But of course, that blew up in their face. And now they've been caught. They've had to back off. In fact, I'll play that clip in a moment, but go ahead, Paul.
Yeah, remember they tried to do it with Twitter with a negative hashtag about Hillary that be the trend, and it got shut down. And, you know, Schmidt has been an advisor to the Obama administration. He was the founder of the Groundwork, which was a Silicon Valley company dedicated to putting Hillary in the White House. Last year, we got the leak that Hillary was the chosen candidate, and they were going to start scheming to defund her Republican opponents. Now Trump's come out of the blue, self-funded, so they couldn't control that. So this is another way in which they're going to bury Hillary Clinton's criminal conduct, crooked Hillary. And, you know, Schmidt is here, and obviously that is one angle that they're going to be talking about. The other issue is Cologne. Of course, we had the mass molestation of women in Germany, in Cologne, Germany, on New Year's Eve. The media didn't report on it for 3 days afterwards. It circulated on social media. Massive police cover-up.
Then they said it was white Germans doing it in phase 2, then later had to admit the police were ordered to cover up.
Well, here's the breaking news. You know, at first they said, oh, these weren't refugees, these weren't migrants. And people were like, well, oh, so they were integrated. So these were assimilated people. Well, that's even worse. But now it's come out, most of the culprits of that mass molestation in Cologne had been in Germany for less than 12 months. They were economic migrants. Most of them were refugees. 2/3 of them, of those involved in the mass molestation in Cologne on New Year's Eve, had committed